this bill represents, in the text of this bill, the largest and greatest loss of health care in American history. 17 million Americans will lose their health care on this bill, not undocumented people, not quote unquote the disgusting term illegal.
And we're back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button, my people. You know that it helps us out a ton. And of course, it helps you because it helps us. Now, y'all, today I'm going to bring you a clarification on a huge news story that's been all over the news lately. And you might have been somewhat, I would say, confused by. See, here in this video, you're going to see your girl, AOC, drop, should I say lie? Let's say untruth. Probably going to put lie in the thumbnail, though, but untruth after untruth after untruth. She's going to say here, y'all, that the big, beautiful bill is going to kick 17 million Americans, not undocumented people, not people in the country without permission, but 17 million Americans off of health care. And she's also going to say that it's going to skyrocket taxes on those who are making $50,000 per year. Now, y'all, particularly the first thing is a huge untruth, and we're going to get to the bottom of that. And you might say, well, why do I care? Well, you know, the reason you care is because AOC, like it or love it, y'all, she is the front runner for the presidential nomination for 2028 on the Democratic side, to be the Democratic candidate. We have to know if we can trust her or not. You know, she seems sincere, even though we may disagree with what she says. She seems like she really believes what she says. But y'all, what I want to do is give you this. You know how when they say, hey, if you see one ant in your house, there's probably a million of them. That's what she's doing here. She's saying basically she has some wild estimate, and her wild estimate is 17 million. She didn't verify it. She didn't actually find the ant colony. She just saw one ant. She said, oh, well, if there's one, there must be a million. Oh, well, based on my wild estimates, this probably comes out to something like 17 million when it doesn't. Okay. So what we're going to do is first I want you to listen to what she says, and then I'm going to tell you how these are bold-faced untruths. But before we do, y'all, make sure you take care of your money. I'm not going to make this a long one, y'all. Go to Paralegold, PARALEGOLD.com, or call 844-651-8334, 844-651-8334. If you have $50,000 to $100,000 or more in your retirement, protected from inflation, protected from monetary debasement, you're about to retire. Make sure your money's still there and it's still worth something by investing at least some of it in gold. Talk to our partners at Augusta Precious Metals. Go click the link now, get the free information, and protect your precious retirement.
Gentlewoman is recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you, and I thank the chairman. You know, President Trump had issued some statements throughout this process saying and urging, insisting that this bill does not cut Medicaid. He's also said some things, you know, he says he doesn't think I'm too much of a smart person. And I'll tell you one thing. It doesn't take a smart person to know if you're being lied to. President Trump, you're either being lied to or you are lying to the American people. Because this bill represents, in the text of this bill, the largest and greatest loss of health care in American history. 17 million Americans will lose their health care on this bill, not undocumented people, not quote unquote the disgusting term illegal, but 17 million Americans will have their health care cut from this bill. On this point of tax on tips, as one of the only people in this body who has lived off of tips, I want to tell you a little bit about the scam of that text, a little bit of the fine print there. The cap on that is $25,000. while you're jacking up taxes on people who make less than $50,000 across the United States, while taking away their SNAP, while taking away their Medicaid, while kicking them off of the ACA and their health care extensions. So if you're at home and you're living off tips, you do the math. Is that worth it to you? Losing all your health care, not able to feed your babies, not being able to put a diaper on their bottom in exchange for what? This bill is a deal with the devil. It explodes our national debt. It militarizes our entire economy, and it strips away health care and basic dignity of the American people. For what? To give Elon Musk a tax break and billionaires the greedy taking of our nation. We cannot stand for it, and we will not support it. You should be ashamed.
So the first thing there is she makes it sound like people who are undocumented are not even receiving Medicaid, which is totally untrue. Okay, so I'm going to show that to you here in a news clip coming up, where they're basically, it says people who are undocumented in certain states are receiving Medicaid. So 100%, that's already happening. But beyond that, she says 17 million Americans are going to be kicked off. And that's just frankly, it's not true. I downloaded the bill. I analyzed it using AI, of course. And what I learned from that is that Americans are going to have two new hurdles that they don't have now. The first hurdle is you're going to have to work in order to get Medicaid if you're capable of working. So in other words, and Republicans were saying this for some time, if you're an able-bodied person and you're just sitting around on your couch eating pizza, playing video games, you're not going to get Medicaid. I'm not judging that if I like it or if I don't like it. It's just simply the way that it is. So you can decide if you like that or not. Secondly, you're going to have to verify your eligibility a lot more frequently. So right now you might have to verify eligibility once every year or 2 years, what have you. It's going to approximately 6 months. So you might have to check in twice a year to re-verify your eligibility. Those are the two main changes that are taking place under this bill that AOC says is going to kick 17 million people off of Medicaid. So you have the people who will not verify twice a year for whatever reason they don't want to. And you have the people who are eligible to work, who are of working age, who are capable of working, and who just don't work, based on the text of the bill. Now, what about these people in the country without permission? Well, they are receiving Medicaid. Take a look at this.
Breaking news, the White House provided the personal information of immigrants who enrolled in Medicaid to the Department of Homeland Security. That is according to the internal memo and emails obtained by the Associated Press. Medicaid officials tried to stop it but could not. That data includes information of people living here in Washington, California, Illinois, Washington, D.C. Those states all allow non-U.S. citizens to enroll in Medicaid programs. The Health and Human Services spokesperson refused to answer what that information will be used for.
NBC7's Jeanette Quesada spoke with a legal expert about what this means for the safety of millions of Medicaid beneficiaries.
He is sharing information that is confidential. It is not his information to share, and he has no right to do it.
According to the report, Medicaid officials tried blocking the information from being released, citing legal and ethical concerns. Immigration attorney Jen Behar says it's possible the information could be used to track down people who are undocumented.
My recommendation to my clients has always been, if you don't need the public assistance, if you don't need Medi-Cal, don't ask for it.
So y'all, again, this is kind of a public service announcement. Don't believe everything these politicians say, y'all. You have to take a look for yourself. So in summary, will some people lose their coverage? Probably. People who are currently able to work but who don't, they might lose their coverage. Okay, so that is a part of this. So if you're not working and you could work, well, I don't know what your excuse could be. I don't know what reasons will be acceptable, what reasons won't be acceptable. I don't know how they're going to determine that. But yes, those people could lose their coverage. And also people who are supposed to check in twice a year but don't. They could also lose their coverage. Will that be 17 million Americans? What it won't be is 17 million Americans are just stripped and there's nothing they could do. Okay, so that's not what the bill says. So anyway, y'all, just wanted to provide some clarity to this, you know, a little bit of a public service. Let me know what y'all think. How do you feel when a politician just throws out this 17 million Americans? And then you find out, hold up, that's not the case. Oh yeah, and by the way, with the whole tax on tips thing, that also seems to be incorrect. And the raising of the taxes on people making $50,000 per year, also based on the AI analysis of this bill, is incorrect. So I think she's fear mongering, but you know what? That's what humans respond to. So if we don't want more of that, we need to stop responding to that. Let me know what you think about this in the comments, y'all. But before you do, please stop, hit the share button, share this video out over email, text message, WhatsApp, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all your favorite social mediums. And of course, if you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. For my people who are looking at that retirement like, I want to make sure it's still there when I go to collect. One thing you can do is help protect it with gold. Go to Paralegold, PARALEGOLD.com. Download our free information and talk to my partners at Augusta Precious Metals at 844-651-8334. I want to thank y'all for watching. Love y'all. And we'll see you back in the next one.